Hello, and welcome to episode 73 of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Where, well, we are getting closer and closer to the end of the Stormblood expansion, so let's see if we can end it before episode 80. And start by talking to Heian here. Ah, Gosetsu. Fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet occasion, but there is yet ample cause to be grateful. Pray, join us in the Heiken. I would thank you properly. Alright. Our brothers and sisters are returned to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer being realized. It is a day that will live long in memory, and one that would never have dawned without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma, and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you, I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives is assurance of great concern, mayhap the greatest. Yet there is little to be done but wait for Alphanodes to send word. Until then I plan to devote myself to fulfilling the promise I made to Gosetsu by building a nation in which none need live in fear. I confess, I miss him already. But the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to softening the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Yosetsu such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy. Specifically, the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Yeah, I knew where this was going, and yeah, I'm actually becoming very emotional when I'm reading this. Thought he did well. They were never far from his thoughts. And in Yotsuyu, a child like mine, I believe he saw not a fellow tyrant, but a little girl who was lost to him. After the loss of his family, Gosetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond the limits of endurance, without hesitation or complaint. Otsuyu could never truly replace his daughter. I had hoped that with her at his side, he might live out the remainder of his days in the relative contentment. Would that Kami had been so minded. Even I labor to discern any meaning in Yotsu's fate. To deliver her from certain death with no memory of her sins, only to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother. Can that truly have been their will? That I cannot tell you. The will of the Kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment, a girl known as Tsuyu lived among us. And that she brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart. Yeah. Holy crap, I forgot how emotional that was. Oh. Alright, let's continue. I think it's time we're going to, don't you? We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's talk. Let's call in at Rolgo's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Lys about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. Oh boy, that was an expensive ride. Oh, excuse me. Joffrey, Alizé, you're back. No Alpha Node? It's good to see you, Lys. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Golemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But that's... Is this a joke? Gods, this had better be a joke. Look, I know what I saw, alright? We all saw it. And here you are saying he's alive and, well, and living the high life back in Garlemald? I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But while I might doubt a word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Joffrey's. He saw the Crown Prince through the Echo in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. It was him, it was Xenos. No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We burned him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? False gilded halls. Whatever are you talking about? Tancred, what brings you to the Reach? Alfred had me lending a hand at the Saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running. And now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my very way back to headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business? Enough! As much as I hate the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave. But if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried up at Bloodhoof in the loch. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as not to upset the locals. Then it should have been be too hard to find. No go. You're in charge until I get back. Alright, and since we are not in Kugan anymore, let's switch to some better looking clothing. Apply. There we go. And let's turn off the helmet. So head over there. All right. Yeah, so this is it. Gods, he better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but I had it scrubbed off and thought no more about it. So, no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied? Well then, we are present with but one course of action. And we had best be sure we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin?
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
Alright, there we go. So, Xenos is not in his grave. If there is no corpse, then are we to conclude that rumors are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphinode's theory of Asin's possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a live, living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying Asin is walking around in Xenos' body? It seems a distinct possibility. Once I have put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't that, if he wasn't, that was some trick. He as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Robo needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at the Royal Guard's Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. Shall we make for the Rising Stones? And then, it's past time we share these developments with the others. Ooh. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with a ranger over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Pistola is on her way and should be here any... Ah! Alice, Joffrey, it's good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Yeah, we kicked some ass and oh yeah, Xenos' body is not in his grave anymore. Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too would conclude that an Asin now inhabits Xenos' body. Doppelganger might fool the crown prince's subordinates, but Joffrey? Nay, Elfinod had right of it. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety. Capable of what he has become, he ventured alone into the enemy stronghold and the shadowy web of the paragons, like as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there were something I could do for him besides pray. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead, and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan. Every part behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. Hmm? What are you doing, fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. What are you... Have you lost your mind? I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins, embrace godness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet live, the hunt must go on. Oh. All right. Well, we still have some time left here. Ponder. It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? What I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alphinaud. Huh. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to do. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. We should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East, and of your encounter with this new primal especially. I'll put the kettle on then. That table looks free if you like to take a seat. Upon sitting on this table, several cutscenes will be played in sequence. And it will take a long time, blah blah blah, sit down. Interesting. So this Tsukuyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo, via the medium of a sacred relic. That's right. They believe their gods, or kami, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalogue of such relics. But if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. I find a fine idea, and I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help to prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hian will wish to welcome our resident expert on epherology. That's a new word. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? It certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us how your investigation went. I think the rest of this is voiced openly. Nope, it's not. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhoof's gravekeepers. They all told much the same story. Once Lys and her officers had confirmed Xenos dead, his corpse was interred under the strict supervision. There seemed little reason to doubt their testimony on that point. But when I mentioned defacement of Xenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act had been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamegan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scroll was removed, as per Lys's instructions, no one involved ought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, it's like that the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not in fact risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed impostor, or an Asian has taken up a residence within it. If Asai was a fervent devotee, as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We must assume that we are dealing with an Asian, and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphanode in Golemon? Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risk. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. All right. Meanwhile, on the Imperial hypersonic assault craft, and the number. Master Alphanor, we are making good speed toward our destination. Is autumn is? Nay, it's just I can see Nod from my cabin and was curious to know the land over which we flew. Ah, I'm afraid our military craft are built with a little thought for such niceties. I'm happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Ophor. Even with the benefit of porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with not but mounds upon mounds of lifeless earth. I have read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, bled dry of every last drop of ether. Aye, it is believed that that a succession of icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Offord and beheld this blight, he is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared the icons a threat to our very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Report. We are under attack, sir. Magitech armor. No visible designation. Magitech? But who? All cannons, return fire, damage report. The main reactor is being hit. Helm unresponsive. We are going down, sir. Damn it. They knew exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact. Alright. Glad to have you back, Monster Alphano. We have landed in one piece, more or less. Alright. But the air filtration system is damaged, and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we still can. Aye. Aye. No, it was dots in between. Hey, proceed. And let's see here. Starstorm. So deals damage 200, restores target HP, deals unexpected damage with potency of threat on target and all enemies nearby it. Deals unexpected damage with potency. Wow. Alright, so let's move you guys around a bit. Oh, I can't. Well, that sucks. Dead. He was not kidding. Nothing there. What am I supposed to do here? Destroy the airship wreckage. I guess I'm supposed to heal him. Oh, there we go. My thanks. Yes, you're very likely saved his life, blah blah blah, okay. There we go. Confound it. Not here, not like this. Whoa. Wow. Someone knows how to handle a gunblade. What? Who in the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait. You are calm in crisis, Master Alphenode. Let us finish this then. That looks very familiar. There we go. Wasn't that hard? My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well. I did not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a Scion. You know me, sir? I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the present. Know your assailants, and the severity of your predicament. The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard. And I could venture a guess as to their motive. But you yet have us at a disadvantage. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking. And as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Ashen mask. The face of our prey. Interesting. We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek out of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer. Shadow Hunter will suffice for the present. Come. Wow. So that's 7 masks, counting the one he tossed aside. He's been busy, and I know exactly who that is. This is intolerable. But as much as I wish it were otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alphanode now but pray for his... nothing we can do for Alphanode now but pray for his success. Well, that's not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Golemald from the east, I could make my way from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western province. Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there is actions to be taken. Forgive me, I'll say, but the provinces are hostile territory, and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. We should leave this. We should leave this to Franklin. Not you two. I understand your frustration, I'll say, but Joffrey has the right of it. We must defer to Fankred's expertise in this matter. Fine. Just promise me you'll be careful. Holy crap, this is going to be a long episode. I'm sorry to say. Well, here we go. We finally... That must be the only long cutscene in the game that's not voiced. I just realized. I was so certain it was going to be voiced. Anyhow, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, feel free to hit the like button. And if you're new here, first of all, welcome. And if you enjoy my content, then why don't you hit the subscribe button together with the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my new content. I will be back again tomorrow, and until then, stay safe out there.